Now I'm going to look at one of the first alternatives. So this is a referendum. And as you can see from the photo, they tend to be referendums, just two options. You can say yes or you can say no to a specific proposal. So should abortion be legal? Yes or no? But the key thing is that everyone who's allowed to vote in elections, everyone who has suffrage, is allowed to vote in this. And they're normally used on really big questions like, should the UK stay in the EU? They're not normally used on tiny things like, should tax go up by 1%? A lot of people know that in Switzerland, they have lots and lots of referendum, and at local levels as well. So that is a bit of an exception. And different countries use them to very different extents. Ireland is another country that use them quite a lot. And there's a reason for that. And one of the reasons here is the third point on the left side of the table there. The referendums can help settle a controversial issue. So Ireland is, of course, in many ways quite a divided country. Obviously, it is literally split between Northern Ireland in the UK and the Republic of Ireland. But even within the Republic of Ireland, due to things like strong religious beliefs, there are quite big divisions in society between more liberal population and a more conservative population. And the good thing some people think about referenda is because they have sort of direct legitimacy. It is literally the people who did vote on it, not a representative who thinks they know what the people want. Literally the people, that some people think that it can settle an issue. But obviously, on the other hand, some people would say, in the second point on the right, if anything, they can stoke more division on a controversial issue. And most people would say that is exactly what happened with the referendum on EU membership in the UK. That yes, about 20% of the population cared quite a lot, not loads, but quite a lot about whether the UK was in the EU. But it wasn't very much more than 20%, and they didn't care that much. Whereas for at least 4 or 5 years after the referendum, the most important issue for basically everyone interested in politics was Brexit and how the UK would leave the EU. So that's a good example of how, in that case, there was probably too much democracy, some people would say. But of course, you've got to be specific. So it wasn't democracy of any kind, it was a referenda. It was a referendum. And some people would say that was not a very wise decision because it stoked lots of division. And a lot of people would say that people made the wrong choice. And we'll come back to that. What else have we got here? So other reasons that referenda might be more democratic is, as in lots of democracies where people don't trust the politicians, when people think, oh, the politicians are not representing us very well, giving people a direct say on an important issue can help them help restore people's faith in politics and democracy. They also help legitimize a policy. This is similar to settling it. So say a politician wants, for instance, a politician wants to leave, take Britain, the UK out of the EU. They might worry that if they did that with just the support of a few hundred members of parliament, that it wouldn't be seen as legitimate enough and it would be challenged. But if you get the people to vote for it, then it's legitimate and people won't argue against it as much.